So with i59 iron, we've been able to deliver a forged design that elevates the overall performance. It relies on the Alumicore technology. So the actual core of the design is aluminum, which allows us to push much more mass out to the heel and toe areas, and we save roughly 30 grams from the design. It's a third of the density of steel, but it provides all the structural stability that we need in that design. So we actually forge and core out the internal of the design, replace that with the Alumicore insert, and then do a swedging robotic welding process that fully pulls it all together to have that full, crisp, responsive feel that we want from the design. And when we talk about forging that design, that's really the technology that allows us to elevate compared to the original iBlade in that construction. We spent over a year working on how to pull together that concept of Alumicore. We knew that we needed to remove mass from that section, but we needed to preserve all the good elements that we want to have in i59 and the proper feel, the proper response off the face, as well as getting ideal trajectory and MOI. And that Alumicore construction and pulling that together really helped us. At address, you'll notice just the proportions are right, the amount of offset, the overall blade length. And really specific to that design, we've been able to keep the iron smaller. We've been able to keep the actually narrowing of the sole width and characteristics that allow it to have greater playability in combination with the forgiveness of the design. And really the discrete look of that player's iron, but have MOI, which we consider insurance in the design. When players have impacts around the face, it's going to help provide that insurance to get the ball onto the green, no matter how they've impacted the iron. The finish on the design is HydroPro 2.0. It's our performance finish, helps in different conditions. It repels water. It gives better consistent trajectory out of different conditions. We do have our Micromax grooves, and they are shorter heel to toe, part of the construction. That just hones in the player experience to look at the center of the face. A new groove geometry that help us minimize variation in performance. So in your short irons, you're going to reduce flyers, get more consistent distances. In your long irons, we're going to deliver and maintain more spin, which makes the overall distance variance less, and that helps deliver greater just shot-to-shot consistency. When we're talking about a forged design, bringing in Alumicore, doing our swedge and plasma welded face, a lot of precision is required in that design. And so we're aligned with the manufacturing process of having just 100% inspections through so many key processes within that design. Just part to part consistency will be there. Your full set will have perfect lines. Every face design, every sole grind, all the critical manufacturing steps go through this 100% inspection method that really dials in every club to be perfect. GlideForge Pro was a great opportunity for us to work with our tour players as well as our brand ambassadors and try to decide how do we want to expand in the wedge space. We've had a lot of success with GlideForge, but there were some key areas that we thought this program is working well and we could expand and offer more offerings. So GlideForge Pro is really that shot maker's wedge. It's smaller heel toe, it has a little bit more rounded profile as you get into the higher lofts. Really just perfect lines and shaping. It has that captured appearance where the amount of offset to the lead edge allows players to just feel like they can actually control and manipulate the club to hit the types of shots that they'll play around the greens. Full unibody forged design out of 8620 carbon steel. It's a great offering when we look at doing that unibody construction. It's forgeable, but it still has great strength and wear characteristics. On a wedge, it means that the grooves last longer compared to some other carbon steel alloys that are available. Consumers will see right away we have more lofts, and we have two sole grind offerings as well, the S and the T. The S is our standard sole offering, and it's our ample bounce, moderate bounce, has a rounded lead edge, broadest fit, and really, if you're going to pick up GlideForge Pro for the first time, it's the right wedge to go to. Counter to that, we do have our T grind, which is our thin sole offering, has less bounce, it's a thinner sole, and delivers more versatility. And so we've just expanded the offerings within GlideForge Pro to really serve a broader array of golfers and have more fitting options. And we're going to definitely see that on the consumer side, that will have more potential of getting into different players' uses and allow that to actually have them play them out on the golf course. Friction and just the impact engagement of the ball to the face is really important on wedges. So with GlideForge Pro, we target the machining texture, the machining of the face, the grooves themselves, and developing how that all cohesively pulls together to get the ball interacting properly on the face. And so we wheel cut the grooves. It's a geometry that's different between the higher lofts and the lower lofts. Really plays into getting the right trajectory and consistency accuracy out of the shot for different conditions based on how different lofts deliver for fuller shots on your 50, 52, all the way up into your highest lofts where you're playing more versatile shots and hitting half shots, 3/4 shots. Finish on GlideForge Pro is our HydroPro 2.0 finish. It's a performance finish. Our new blast is called an Emery blast. And really it just imparts a lot of texture and roughness to the face, especially in wedges and as you get into higher lofted clubs. You just need to have all the right interaction of the face design, and this finish comes alongside and helps with that. So it provides more consistent shots out of different types of conditions. So we have some special editions within the GlideForge Pro. One is the 59S I2 toe. And what we worked on is a high toe profile that's built upon the I2 iconic shaping with more traditional hosel shaping and sole design. And so it'll play more like an S grind and that S style, but it has that high toe profile. It just has a lot of appeal for golfers that are looking for that face shape.